And we are back with Canadian Disc Golf Productions. It's been a little while, but it's a new year and it's a new event. I am Chris Brown, joined with
Michelin Naidoo-Harris. Yeah, here we are. You know, mid-February, we're recording this, and time to come out of hibernation.
Yeah, no kidding. This is a continuation of our roulette series. Roulette series?
Love me a roulette round, especially when I need to commentate. My best bud, Chris.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Here we are, back again in the dungeon.
And I'm having some like memory gaps about this round, because as you know, the first thing I did as soon as we were done is hopped on the highway and drove like 6 hours to Ottawa.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, let me relearn what happened on this chilly Saturday morning.
Yeah, so we took a trip out to
Cold Creek Conservation Area, yeah.
And,
which somehow was an hour away from my home east, but not closer to Ottawa. I don't know how that worked.
So we took out 4 of our helpful, I guess, people who help out the commentary. So it was myself, and then you saw Galen. This is Ken. He works the camera sometimes.
Ken
Nick
Michelin
also works the camera sometimes and just helps out emotionally.
And Nick Shanks with his beloved flick. Yeah, so I guess these are all, to different extents, Canadian Disc Golf Production team members.
There you go. Yeah. Start us off. From what I understand, for Cold Creek is a short, fairly wooded, kind of technical, but not really course. So yeah, really just sort of testing your upshots and your putting ability. Yeah,
it's definitely a course that's accessible to beginners. So hopefully anybody that's watching this and has an interest goes and checks it out, because it's a fun course for anybody. I was gonna say the holes are gettable for anybody, but as I'm now remembering the way we played this first hole, not a good indication.
Well, don't give any spoilers away. This could be an ace right now.
Whatever, we're halfway through. Actually, this shot was pretty okay.
Yeah, that was close.
Took a big skip though.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely close. If you are new to the roulette series and you haven't watched one before, everybody starts off with 6 individual discs. And if you win a hole, you can take a disc from the loser of the hole or losers. There's a little more complicated rules, but that's the gist of it. Whoever has the most discs at the end is the winner.
Is the champion of the world, I think.
Nick pulls that one. We're not going to talk about the other 3 shots, but Nick just pulls it way wide.
Yeah, no, everybody else did really well.
Yeah.
But
look at this in the brush.
Yeah, so you'll see some interesting scenarios in these roulette rounds where you have multiple winners. Single losers can be interesting. Wow, Nick getting close there. But you know, you can sort of imagine if you have 1 winner and 3 losers, you have some choosing, 3 winners and 1 loser, and you can knock somebody's legs out on 1 hole. But the gist of it is, yeah, you know, the person at the top takes from the person or persons at the bottom, and makes for some interesting scenarios.
That was a great putt, Galen.
Except
like
for those
circles edge right off the band on the first
stupid top bands. Why they don't just have the chains go all the way up to the sky, and if you just hit the right line, it just goes in. That'd be nice.
Some Disc Golf Valley stuff.
Yeah, as I try to reload my putter into the back of my bag like it's a samurai sword.
So that was
I believe that was a push.
No, it wasn't.
No?
No.
It's the only time it's going to happen, Ken.
Had the birdie. So
that's right. And he decided to target you.
Yes.
I got a replacement. I knew it was going to happen.
I forgot Ken was in dropping territory there. I thought he'd taken an upshot.
Yeah, so on the first hole, already down a disc, but that's okay. Lots of disc golf to be played. Another short 114-foot uphill. It's almost like a standstill. It's really short in my opinion, but it is uphill. And I don't know, it's right there, but it's
right there. I mean, it feels like the easiest shot in the world until you're on the tee pad and there's a camera behind you and in front of you. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, 115 feet straight uphill. I can't imagine it plays further than 160, 170. Stock hyzer should be easy, but we'll see how we play it up here.
Ken took my go-to Aviator X3, so luckily I brought a backup.
Smart. Yeah, and that's always interesting too, is the players that have duplicate discs versus take all individual.
Yeah.
I remember Nate Renton last year had 6 identical discs. I forget what the disc was.
It was a roach.
Roach. Yeah, and as we're saying, should be easy, but here I am cutting my berg way inside.
To be fair, we did hop right out of the car and just start playing. There was no practicing, no warming up. That's my excuse for now. And
hey, if that's your excuse, I'm claiming it as mine too, because I also hopped straight out of the car with no warm-ups.
Turbo putt from Nick Shanks here off the cage.
Yeah, and gives it a good run too.
Galen had to putt over the tree.
Almost top band, top of the basket.
You don't look you're not looking that cold right now. You're hitting basket from all kind of distance.
Hey, man. We'll give the round a minute. Let's see how the rest of it goes.
This tree is right in the way. I have to kind of push it hard through the tree.
Yep. And also, I had that warm Eddie Bauer bomber jacket, so how could I be cold? Oh, and pushing it hard through that tree, Chris.
Yeah, I don't really know how I missed right. I had to Annie-putt it, and somehow I still missed right.
Oh my God, Chris.
Hey, you know, we don't ask questions sometimes. Oh, yeah, you're not loving a miss there.
Anyways.
It's okay. There was some discussion here about whether who was it? No, because Ken already made his putt for the 2, so I'm only losing 1 disc.
Yeah, but this is what we're talking about with some interesting moments. I mean, there are times where, you know, one player has already sort of locked in a score, and we go, oh, should we all lay up?
Could be.
You had 2 of?
Could be.
It is. It's an AVR X3.
Yeah, but it obviously didn't work.
So there we go, taking my back up.
Yeah, so
You
two
know that
holes
bag.
2 holes in, 2 AVR X3s down,
Yeah, now they're out of my bag.
and both to Ken, who's not going to throw them
No.
or do anything with
Not
them.
a chance. That's it.
Um,
Once they're out of my bag, though, they betrayed me. No more.
No, betrayal. They're gone forever. I'm you saying that. And this one's kind of interesting. It's the first hole that has like a real inherent challenge. You have to put a good amount of hyzer on your disc. The basket's hiding pretty far in on the left, with a tree or 2 in the way as well. So it's a stock shot, but you have to place it well.
I find it weirdly left for how you have to throw it kind of hard, but not very far. So
Yeah.
it's like it's a weird shot. Like any good shot just travels into the bushes deep. And
Yeah.
if you try to take a little off, then you're way in the bushes short. It's hard to pinpoint.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were just talking a few minutes ago, Chris, about the Bronte Creek Thunderdome that we just did, the indoor safari course that's done in like an indoor sports dome. There was a hole very much like this where you had to throw over a net that's almost at the very top of one of those indoor sports big soccer domes, but your disc had to check up like less than 15 feet past the net. It's like a crazy angle to put a disc on. Not a shot you normally have to throw.
Yeah, so tough to throw. Just again, you saw too short, too long.
Yeah, you see us all in the right postal code, maybe not in the right street. You know, we're close, not perfect.
Ken, always known as a good putter, very, very quick pace. And that one he did not put anything on.
Yeah, we should have said that before a different hole. But
Yeah.
yeah, Ken is one of the most consistent best putters I know. So hopefully that shows itself as we go on. And
boy.
you leaving it just a little bit low as well.
Yeah, just early round, not
Yeah.
warmed up.
Yeah.
See how things change.
No,
Nick here could get disc on almost everybody.
and he hits a lot of chains to not stay in the basket. Like, there's definitely a little left side, but
Really demonstrating good putting styles here. And 4 for 4.
yeah.
4 for 4. What do you have to say for yourself?
I have absolutely nothing to say. Hey, I've only missed 3 putts at this point. Well, I mean, maybe 4 putts, but 3 holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that foot fault. Should have called it.
Yeah.
Couldn't even pick it up.
Hey, maybe next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's, again, we're all still warming up. We'll get there. We're not putting well at this point, though.
Well, Ken was. He's gotten 2 birdies so far.
Oh, yeah, but not on this hole.
Not on this hole. So that one, you look like it's a bit downhill there. So I think he got scared of running it and then being the sole
Go through
person
whatever
to lose
process
3
you
discs.
want.
Would have been tough.
I'm just
And now
here as
here
an
you are.
accessory. I'm just here to look pretty.
You can't throw any of them, it don't matter.
Oh, the world's praxis.
It is the world's praxis.
I'm shocked that's
What did I think they were like practice?
To finish that thought, here you are stealing my my world's Thought Space Athletics Praxis that I bought in person at the World Championships last year. It's probably my favorite throwing putter right now. Can handle a little bit of torque. It's a good time.
Oh, God.
Ooh, this one here. I remember Ken walking up, being like, "This is my hole. This is designed for me." and
then he did that.
Did it into the trees.
Honestly, this one was treacherous. Like,
Yeah.
what was that fairway wide? Maybe 15 feet, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe. Yeah, that sounds accurate. That is a bad kick. You are behind a wall
Yeah.
of trees. It's one of those ones where you need to kind of flex it a little bit, so you need a little bit of power, but it's also only 166 feet, so you have to then tone it in. It's really difficult.
It's tough to throw the line you need to reach the basket with this minimal of an amount of power.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we're all sort of struggling, but I mean, as you saw, very different results for different people based on where they hit on those trees.
That's gone. No way.
Yeah, that one was pretty deep, but I think it gets a bit of a favorable roll. Not like great, but could have been worse.
Actually,
into putting position.
It was a great roll, and this is what you were left with.
Love to see it. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Is what I was left with.
Looks like you've got a roller gap.
Yeah, and that's what I tried to do.
What? You hit the first tree and still made it to there.
I hit nothing. That was pure air. I don't know what you're talking. No, I did.
Oh,
I totally hit something.
Yeah, I was about to
Just trying to give myself credit for
Yeah.
laying down a good roller, but I got a little lucky.
I mean, you did get lucky.
Yeah.
That's
But fought almost back to position for a putt here.
as Nick comes up a little short from his long, awkward straddle.
Yeah, had a good look at it, and here, I've got very little, but I have to run it because I don't want to be the sole loser against 3 winners.
That's the good thing about this style is you can just, when you know you're out of it, you just run it.
Yeah.
As hard as you can, flick it at the basket.
And again, talking about strategy here, this is a spot where if you had put your cruel hat on, you could have laid up, and I could have lost 3 discs because everybody would have tied with 3, and I would have taken a 4.
Yeah.
But like the gentleman and scholar you are, you actually tried on your putt.
Yeah, I just didn't want Ken to have any more discs.
Yeah, smart. And at that point, it's again strange because I know I don't have to make that putt. I've already lost to the card.
It's true.
I could put it in 6. I could literally throw it 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet.
Unless, oh no,
Yeah.
Ken's not gonna miss that.
Yeah, Ken was pretty low on the last one. Not here though.
So there you go. Now
just 1 disc, and again to you.
yes, this is actually where I
What did you
snagged
almost
your
take
practice.
I didn't almost take anything. I was pretty set on the practice. I don't even know what this is.
We did
That's
this
a Toro?
Twice.
Toro could replace my ABX3 though. Yeah, I'm gonna take a Toro.
I did.
Oh no, I didn't.
You're my commentary partner. It is
Toro?
far beefier than the next
Toro.
3 that I've thrown.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take your practices.
No, I thought you were gonna take both of my praxises on back-to-back holes, but no, just the
Praxa?
Toro. And that Toro actually is now living in holes.
No.
I forget which. Some pond in King's Forest.
No. So
Yeah.
123 feet downhill. You could literally.
You could jump putt
Jump
it,
putt
or you
this.
could jump putt it, or you could jump putt it.
So I'm using your practice that I took earlier.
And I was telling you that it was stable to overstable, and I don't think you listen. We'll see. There was certainly a hole where I don't think you threw it the way I expected you would.
No, well, yeah. Look at this, a jump putt
Yeah.
off the tee to basket high.
Oh, but
It was definitely not that one. That one there, I know how a practice flies.
Yeah, 123 feet downhill though. Like, what do you? Well, I guess Ken is taking a full rip at it. Gives it a bit of a run, but checks up nice.
This is gonna be somebody's first ace hole for sure.
Not one of these someone's, I don't think. Unless I've really forgotten what happened that day. This would be a cool one to get.
Well, then I think everybody on this card is aced at least once.
Yeah, I think so.
It's gotta be a jump putt, does it not?
You gonna jump putt it?
I think here I am thinking.
You're thinking
How
of
am I
jump
gonna
putting it?
I
Did
do
you
jump
forget?
putt
Did
it.
you forget how to jump putt?
Never.
That was not bad. A little nose down, but
Yeah.
got the distance.
I think I was debating like jump putt or just like a really soft backhand. And
My goodness, Galen, that was
another
not
miss
good.
putt. No.
No.
That was a little, give me a little credit, it was a little further than it looked. That was probably 20, 22. I wasn't missing it from like 12, but yeah, it was a bad putt.
Nick looked so dejected after that putt hitting that tree.
And I was so happy to have somebody joining me and not making a 2.
Yes, that's beneficial because Ken is parked, I think.
I think so. Yeah, that's back-to-back holes where I could have lost 3 and I'm only losing 1 each. So
you
I'll
could have been
take
out of
it.
here. You could have been walking home at this point.
I could have been.
You could have been on your way to Ottawa, got out early.
Yeah, picked my discs up the next week. No such luck.
Ken just trouncing through the brush in the side.
Live to fight another day. And that's a putt I can make.
So that's 1 and 1. That's
1.
sorry, 2 2s, 2 3s. So that means both Ken and I both
You don't
get
have
a
to take
disc
one of
for
mine. I'm
our
like, I don't think I can
choice.
take one of Galen's. I don't think that's how it works.
Could have been.
We
But
could have
thank
been.
goodness you were not.
Hey, can you?
No, well, there was 2 3s, 2
two
2s,
winners,
so I'd have
two
to go
losers.
from him because he already went from him.
You can pick any person that took a 3.
That's not the way it was last year.
No.
You got 2 daggers. I'll even take the one right left.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate it, Ken.
I'm not sure what Ken took, but he loves to spin those discs.
Yeah, from what I understood, from what I remember, my memory is fantastic. That was his putting putter, but he
Oh,
brought 2.
yeah, yeah.
But he brought 2, and he said he was being nice
Oh,
Nick.
it was so nice of Ken.
Yeah, so nice of him to take because he had a backup, so everything's good.
Yeah.
All right, we're at 139 feet. It kind of bends a little bit right with the room kind of being on the left-hand side.
Oh no,
so.
here's what it was. I was
Yes.
telling you this. The Toro was very overstable. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, see, I'm being really helpful.
Yeah, no, but you were right. It wasn't the Praxis. I was trying to be helpful, and then it really went for a run down that path.
The path kind of trails off to the right, so if that would have hit anything, it would have been beautiful, but it just kept going.
No, and it was perfect. I was going to say, to be fair, you hit the one open spot on the right side.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, and then Ken just rips it into the ground. He doesn't look very happy.
No, he's stunned. He doesn't know what just happened there.
The man was too stunned to speak.
Again, throwing 134 feet, especially with a run-up, it's really hard to get that pace slowed down, as even Shanks a shot here.
I see what
Had
you
to
did
do it
there.
at least once.
Yeah, looks like he should hopefully be in almost tap-in territory.
Yeah, that was actually really good. He got
Yeah.
through everything. The right side is not as open as it looks here.
And I just hyzered mine when I should have let it go flat.
I mean,
so a look, but you know, maybe like a circle's edgy.
yeah, a better
25-y one.
but a better kick, and that was actually really good. So as Ken has to throw some sort of patent pending out of the bushes with no reach back.
Yeah, and actually, you know, a pretty amazing out from where Ken
Look
was,
at
to
this.
be honest. And yeah, look how far away that is, given where you landed, which is very close.
Yeah. Putting with a Praxis of all things too.
Oh man, I forgot you made that.
You did? Oh no.
Oh, what a make!
Yeah, it was far.
I actually love putting with a Praxis. The
Really, I can't do it.
very
obviously I
similar
can.
hand feel to the Mint Bullet, so it feels very natural because I putt with bullets, so having that Praxis in the hand. So if that's not similar, which I know it's not to your normal putting putter, canning that from there is awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great make.
Oh,
Ken just misses a
Yeah.
par save there.
because that was for his 3, yeah. So right now
Yeah.
you could just lay this up, and not lose a disc, but you want to get your own disc.
I don't believe in layups.
You want to take your disc or another disc from Ken to get him off his high horse per se.
Oh yeah, and Mama ain't raised a quitter. there we all are applauding Ken for tapping that in.
Yeah, on a 134-foot hole, he took 4 shots.
I guess he did.
With the practice putt, makes it a 4.
Thankfully, nobody, called courtesy violation or whatever on me.
Here we go. Anyways, quite the hole. It looked easy.
The shots.
You guys made it look hard, and I love it.
Oh yeah. No, this was a day of easy holes not being hard.
Just spread them out, Chris.
And him digging through Ken's bag.
All right, what do we got? That's garbage. That looks pretty nice. What is this?
It's a G-Star Wraith.
Ooh. Actually, I don't need a Wraith. Why do you need a Wraith? Should I take the magnet? I would never throw the magnet.
I think so.
Another, that's your dagger?
That dagger's pretty good.
Just cuz? I'm taking this bad boy.
The Michelin?
Yeah, just cuz.
Come on, I didn't think. That's why I brought it, because I didn't know one would take it.
I'm only taking
Nick
it so you
also
can't
gets a
have it.
choice.
Yeah.
Well, I
Ken's
appreciate you
using
being
two
kind
discs.
to me, Kenny, but you're kind of fully stocked. I'll take that one back.
You don't want the
Trash.
Avenger? Yeah, okay.
You know what?
Take your dagger.
Nah.
Yeah.
You can have your
Nah.
dagger.
Oh, I've seen you throw this quite a bit. I've seen you throw.
And I'm here being nice to you,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
going to
yeah,
take my
yeah,
buzz.
yeah.
Not only does he take
I'll
a
take
disc,
the
but he
buzz a
adds
little bit.
insult to injury by
That's okay.
throwing about
You're
3
gonna keep
more
it
on the
for long.
ground.
I'm picking up
They can pick him up. Instead of picking him up, Ken just throws the rest down. Why not?
I've also decided to not take my discs back. I'd like to really mess with other people more. They've abandoned me, so they don't belong in my bag anymore.
Yeah, no, that betrayal shall not go unpunished.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is probably the closest to an actual bit of a power shot that we're seeing.
I think the next one.
With-
Next one's full power.
No, I mean so far.
Yeah, okay.
172 feet, some elevation. We've had a lot of throws we're choking up on. If you're throwing like a Berg here or like a Praxis, you're actually putting a little bit on it, which feels nice at this point.
I decided to use the disc I just took, which was Ken's Michelin, which if you didn't know, it actually flies quite far.
It does. It's what, 12 or 13 speed?
Well,
Yeah.
I figure if Ken can throw it, then I could throw it, and it's only 172 feet, right?
Well, I like where your head's at. I actually liked your release, just a little deep. For the first time you threw it, that's pretty friggin' close. Just a little long.
Ooh,
Let's see
look
a
at that
playback
form.
playback.
Look at that
Huh?
form,
And I got to
full
give Nick some
follow
credit.
through.
He has always been good at this game, at least since I've known him. But he's getting even better. His form is looking clean lately, as evidenced just now. Okay, and here's exactly what I was talking about. Throwing a berg, 172 uphill, I can actually put something on it.
Yeah, that's actually true. A little too much hyzer in my opinion. Could have thrown it flat maybe, but
Hey, it's like 6 feet away, man.
oh,
Come on,
sorry,
give me
you got
some credit.
another plastic playback. It must be good.
I'm just that good.
I mean, 172-foot hole. You don't try to ace it. Okay, I get it. It's fine.
Look at that. That's pretty close to an ace. That was maybe 3 or 4 feet off.
All right. It looked worse from where I was standing. Okay.
I actually thought it looked pretty bad off the tee too. I don't know about bad, but I didn't think it looked good.
So we're down to kind of tied up now with between me and Ken. As Ken got off the early lead with 9 discs, but then he just got picked apart.
Yeah, you taking 1 each for me, and Nick is still floating there at 6.
Am I the only one who didn't get a plastic playback here?
Back to back.
Seems like insult right now.
Well, I mean, if you'd thrown yours like 15 feet shorter, it might have been in the hole. So
It's in the bushes. Why are we giving that a plastic playback?
yeah, no, I don't know. That
I
was, that was pretty bad, Ken.
Yeah, I don't understand. Excuse me.
And as if you almost made it from there.
Yeah,
Gave it a really honest run.
I kind of over the top kind of putt at it. I thought I put it in out of my hand, but
And here's Ken from friggin' Narnia trying to fight his way
like
out.
how do you give this a plastic playback?
Oh my God, bar down. The Connor Bedard, the Austin Matthews special.
When I walked up, I'm like, well, Galen and Nick aren't gonna miss there, so my only chance is Ken.
Yeah,
and then
he
he
did-
goes and just putts from the ground and hits the band.
And here I am trying to find somewhere where I'm not getting stabbed by branches as I release it.
Appreciate your adherence to the rules and not just pushing those branches out of the way.
Yeah, hey, anything for you. If I was going to take a disc, I was going to do it the honest way.
Yes. So
And-
I guess who's losing 3 discs?
Yeah, Nick cans one, but hey, at least you had a disc to give there. Sitting at 7. I'm sure you're not loving it, but I mean that takes you back to where I was to start the hole. So
That's very true.
nice to see some blows being
thanks.
traded here, not just somebody running away to start.
You guys,
Pan in on his face as we
Pillaging my
take
bag
all
right
his
now.
discs.
So you did want the Toro.
I did.
And there's that Toro coming.
Thank you, Brownie.
yeah, and then the only one who's
You're
getting one of my
welcome.
discs is Nick.
I want it for this hole specifically, though. In
What
general.
did he take? I didn't see.
My putting practice.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that jerk.
it's okay. I took one from you.
Yeah, that backup. There you go.
Yeah. Hole 8 is actually quite difficult. You can't see the basket from where you're sitting. It's on a hillside, so you gotta really like righty backhand spike it into the hillside and hope you don't roll away down into the gully.
That was the big thing, is the rollaway risk. You know, 239 downhill is a bit of power on it, but you're mostly concerned with getting that angle where you want it so it doesn't ride down. And like frozen ground does not make that easy either.
Exactly.
Oh, and Nick gives it a hell of a run.
Yeah, 2 for 2 on plastic playbacks.
Let's see this one up close and personal.
Can we get a cut to the chase cam to see how close it was?
Ooh, that was close. Got
Alright.
to shout out Greg, who's working the camera down there. Greg and I actually went to high school together. I had no idea he was related to Wally. There was any familiarity there.
Nice.
And then I just saw him one day shooting content.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's a great shot from you, Galen.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll take that Toro back and take a half decent drive with it.
I would have loved to have thrown the Toro on the hole too.
Yeah, it was perfect that I got to take a disc because I didn't have anything left in my bag that would have worked for this.
As
Ooh, and
Ken kind of comes up a little bit early after taking that Michelin back. I put some voodoo on it.
Yep. Yeah, love it. Send it back to him with a little bit of stank on it. What are you lining up here?
This is
Justice?
No, this is a Pathfinder. It's all the only overstable disc
yeah.
I had left in my bag.
Yeah. I don't know. But do you not have a purple Justice like that?
I do. I did
Okay.
not bring it for this.
No, I seem to remember you bagging something that looked just like that. I want to make sure I wasn't
Yeah.
crazy. So that, an unfortunate skip, but you're looking at it at least. Ken's going to have a bit of a tough time, but he's a pretty good putter.
As he lays that up.
Oh, lays up. What? Boo.
I trash talked him a little bit for laying that one up.
As you should have. If you're laying up from 20 feet, you deserve trash talk.
This could be deadly for me if I don't make this, or if I miss that terribly.
Yeah,
I was
if
losing
that
3
went
discs.
downhill, that would have been
Yeah.
bad.
Nice putt.
Thank you.
It was dead center with pace too. Scary putt coming down the hill.
Yeah. Well, I knew if I missed, at the very least, I'd have a look at a 3, and there's a few other people that did too. So I was sort of whatever.
Look at the height difference between me and Nick right now. That's the kind of severe.
It's a severe drop off.
Yeah, it goes down quickly and it keeps getting deeper.
Yeah, it sure does. Okay, so a couple of 2s and a couple of 3s, so some discs about to change hands. As Nick dances his way off camera.
So Nick gets to take from either me or
Keep taking the missile.
takes the missile.
I can choose to take this one.
I decided to rifle through your bag.
Ooh. 2 patties.
No, one's a banana.
No, he's got 2 patties in
Oh,
there.
he's got, yeah, get rid of
Yeah.
one. He's probably going to rip the purple.
I'm trying to figure out which one he's going to throw
So you're
here.
doing calculations about what I need for this hole.
Probably Eric.
That was a
For
good
you,
choice.
Eric Oakley.
And,
It was
with
the
your
right-
She Dizer Eric Oakley Pathy. And I seem to remember you saying it's slightly more overstable than my other Pathfinder.
Yeah.
And my brain processed that as slightly overstable.
Yeah.
And you'll see me throw it as if I think it's a slightly overstable disc,
Yeah.
not just slightly more overstable than like an understable Pathfinder.
It is slightly overstable. You just we'll have to check your release. Get a breakdown, form
I
breakdown.
threw it with as much hyzer as anybody's ever thrown a disc.
That's not true. As Nick
That's
pulls
so
this
true.
way right, I find when you have T-pads that kind of like fall off at the front, a lot of people will like stop their forward momentum and pull it right. And I guarantee you it's what everyone did.
Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that. So much hyzer.
You did not threw that flat way up to the right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I didn't know you were planted here by the government.
Yeah.
Plant conspiracy theories on this
Apparently that's the way to be though.
episode.
Just everybody.
Apparently.
I missed something in the meeting here where everybody wanted to be near the apiary.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
an
no,
apiary, right?
yeah, you're right. Threw that kind of flat, maybe a little Anheuser, but we're not going to talk about that.
No.
Yeah, apiary, good vocabulary word, and great park job as well.
Yes, that's the Pathfinder you should have taken.
A man of many words and many great throws. It is. Next time, or maybe next time I can throw the other one well.
So yeah, I threw that one a bit of hyzer, flipped up to flat. Beautiful.
Absolutely perfect.
The other one I could have thrown flat and it would have gone flat.
Those fly-by-night pathies are nice.
You have the most open shot ever.
Yeah, but a weird angle and the worst rollaway.
It could have been
worst, but a bad rollaway.
You had like circle's edge putt, and now you don't have a circle's edge
I was
putt.
praying it rolled an extra 10 feet and I could stroke Ken for hitting his bag.
It's not how it works, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, well, I would have tried.
As Ken just trying to get one close, matching the hill with his backhand up shot.
Yeah, here's
Same with Nick.
Here's an educational opportunity. That they changed that, right? It used to be if you hit a bag, it was a penalty, but now you have to ask for the bag to be moved first. Is that right? Something to that?
Something along that
yeah,
regard,
something along
yeah.
those lines.
Yeah, only if they don't remove it after you ask them.
After
they
you
get a
ask,
stroke.
yeah.
It's the only way.
Well, taking a 4, and you're in a good spot here to hopefully make a putt here and take a 2. Leaving nothing to chance, moving that disc up as is your right.
Surprisingly nerve-wracking putt when you're looking up at a basket 5 feet away from you.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so I get my choice of victim. No, I don't.
I think you have to victimize me here.
Yeah, I have to victimize you.
No, shuffle them up for you.
Okay.
You got a few options at least.
I want that
Shuffle 'em
floral
up for you.
back though.
I appreciate that. Just
Is this
Well,
another,
it's
memorize
is this
it.
another
Yeah.
practice?
Exactly.
No, I need something overstable. So the Toro's coming back. Coming back home.
Whatever.
Oh, you're big
Going
time.
back to the well. Back for the Toro.
That's right. I thought about taking the other practice, but then I realized I had nothing overstable in my bag for this next shot. So
Yeah, and after you took that, I was thinking, oh, I have nothing to throw here. I think I made something okay work with the hex, but
you should have thrown my
that was the
Pathfinder.
disc to take for this hole.
You should have thrown my overstable Pathfinder.
Should have.
The yeah, but it's I don't know, tough hole. Not tough hole really at all. 254 feet. It's all about distance control. You can throw it straight at it or play a little hyzer into the hillside. I find the drop and made everything just kind of sore left.
Yeah, we'll say touchy hole maybe, not
Yeah,
tough, but
yeah.
A little bit of precision here, especially because it slopes off sort of on all sides. You got to land it just right in that sort of flattish landing zone if you want a chance of it sticking.
Nick definitely much more of a flat to Anheuser thrower. Probably going to throw. Oh, he actually hyzer flipped that,
Yeah,
showing his evolving skill set.
yeah. nestles it in there nicely, it looks like.
Oh, he's got to spin the disc first, charge it up.
Yeah. And is that one of his backup Michelin's?
No, I think that's a Crave.
Crave.
not
Since when does
mistaken.
Ken throw Craves? Ooh.
Ooh, that was nowhere near.
Oh, yeah. No, it looked like it was going to be near.
I thought so too,
Yeah.
but so you're going the Hex.
Hex, yeah.
That looks high.
Yeah, it's high, but not bad. I'll
Oh,
definitely be
yeah,
putting
that's
there.
fantastic,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't put enough pepper on it that it was going to go too deep.
Yeah, a little bit deeper, and you're in that tree.
Oh, yeah. A little bit deeper, I'm almost joining you. It had a little bit of stank on it to ride left if it had the time. Oh, and again, tickling chains from distance.
Yeah, just not,
But,
not hitting the point.
No love from the disc golf gods. Great bit at that comebacker, but I mean that's a tough putt. That's got to be what, 35 and way uphill.
Yeah, probably.
And
close to
you were
that.
standing on the side of the cliff, so you can't really get any power out of your legs there.
Yeah, it doesn't really do. Oh, his Nick
Oh
just
no!
janks one into the cage there. See if you can take an extra disc from me.
Nope. It was not my day for putting. To be fair, not that most days are my day for putting, but especially not this day.
You can lay up. I won't hate
The collusion is happening right now.
Yeah, we were trying to talk Ken into laying up, but he wasn't having it. Too honorable.
Feel bad. I mistakenly told him I only had 3 discs left, but there was one hidden in my bag.
That's right. Yeah, it would have been pretty funny if Ken tried to make it, but somehow missed anyway.
Yeah,
I think that would have been the big brain move, is to be like, no guys, I'm gonna make it, but then actually intentionally just hit right side, just enough to miss.
and then it rolls away down the hill.
Yeah, maybe not
He
that.
loses-
Little high risk, but
Yeah.
if Ken was playing chess instead of checkers,
He's just being a nice guy.
as are you, dropping your bag.
It's all about getting into people's heads during this. This
I'll
isn't,
get this.
the disc
I
golf
wouldn't
is
bring- I wouldn't
secondary
bring not
to
good discs.
the mind games.
Yeah, this is much more cerebral than most disc golf that I play, and I actually don't say that sarcastically. There's a lot of
Yeah.
thinking going on.
Yeah,
There's strategy,
especially
and
when you
it's
get down
actually
to the end.
yeah. And when you're low on discs or whatever, it's it can be a lot more. I was gonna say mentally, like taxing is the right word.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're expending a lot of energy worrying about things when you should be worrying about playing disc golf.
Ken comes up a short left in the tree, and when you get up there and look at it, you'll realize how screwed he is.
Yeah, it's not a good spot.
Yeah, as Nick just
Just
fillets a putter up there.
oh yeah,
What is that? Is that his putting putter? I think so.
I think maybe
What
yeah.
does he putt with nowadays?
I don't know what he putts with. I want to
it
say this
Warden's?
might be a link. Does
No,
that sound
no,
right?
no.
Maybe we'll get a view.
I think it's a
my eyesight's
Warden.
not good
I
enough.
can't remember now.
Yeah, me neither.
Daggers.
Oh, that's what it
Yeah,
was. A
it's
dagger.
a dagger. Yeah.
Yeah. And slightly unlucky, slightly bad.
Not bad. Not close, but under that tree. And this is the thing. You kind of is wide open on the right. There's no reason to push it anywhere near the left hand side. That's where all the danger is.
Close but no cigar, you could
Mhm.
even say. And that Praxis not behaving.
You told me right before I threw that you thought it was slightly more overstable.
Yeah, that's right. So this is when I told you
Yeah.
that. I was misremembering it as being a lot earlier in the round.
Well, you also told me the Toro. So all your discs are apparently more overstable than they should be.
Apparently.
Look at the way Ken had to throw that kind of horseshoe putting from his knee.
Yeah, not a good time. And
Look
you
at
can
this.
see a jump cut there because I had to find a position where I could actually try.
I had to stop.
And cash money.
Yeah, and I had the stopwatch out and everything.
I'll teach you that move when you're older, Chris.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But you don't need to be taught any moves putting like that.
Yeah, mine was much easier than yours.
It's a good thing I'm short too. If I was a tall guy trying to hide under those branches, it would not have been a good time.
And you're limber.
And I grabbed your hat for you too.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
boy.
Hey. Anything for the
At the swing.
wait? What's the acronym? CDGP crew.
Yeah. So anyone here?
And there I am getting all the pine needles out of my hair. It actually took me about a hole and a half.
If only you had a hat.
All right, this is Kenny's bang. He's got a
Kenny's
nice
bang.
selection of discs.
Kept it.
Not
Put it
anymore.
on and see
It's
how
taking
it
all of
worked.
them. Michelin.
So now I'm getting really down to the. Oh no, that's not me. We're all taking from Ken. That's right.
Come
Ken
home.
was in the lead though, so this is important for us.
I've seen that Toro going in and out of my bag a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that Margrave.
Open the crate.
You guys are afraid.
And this hole is very interesting. There's a few ways you can attack it, but nothing that's super simple. There's a bunch of trees directly between the tee pad and the basket. Bit of an opening on the left, so you can push a forehand through there. You can go high hyzer, backhand, up the right as long as it spikes in nice, or you can go overhand if you have it, which I don't. But nothing feels quite perfect.
No,
you know,
you're right.
Everything's got to look at it, but nothing great.
Yeah, the forehand is scary because you're throwing straight at a tree and hoping you miss it.
Yep.
The overhand, this tree on the left, blocks a lot of the good shots. You have to kind of push it a little right and hope it holds left.
And the backhand hyzer is touchy.
As Nick throws it straight into the tree and almost aces.
Yeah.
Luckiest man alive.
No, hey, the most skilled man alive. Don't be silly.
Luckiest skilled man alive.
Yeah, and I elected for the forehand. That Toro, as I was saying earlier, very overstable, so I could trust it if I put it that way to come on back a little bit. And kind of skips to an unfortunate spot, but close enough that I can't be mad.
I'm going to try and follow Nick's line here by throwing it at the tree.
I like where your head's at.
It's on my shoulders.
We need to be good when you can be lucky.
I arguably threw that better than Nick, and I got a worse result.
I don't think it's an argument. I think you did throw it better than Nick, and I think you did get a worse result.
See what Ken without the forehand or the overhand, he's really got to like push something in this gap, and he almost hit it perfectly.
Yep. Surprised. I mean, I know it's not quite his style. I'm surprised he doesn't try to push that high hyzer because he does have the power. I know it's just not necessarily his bread and butter. And I think we can call that comfortably a layup. I was debating if I was going to use that word, but I think it's appropriate. Ken lays it up. Happy to take his three.
I think I asked him, and I think he was running it, and he just
didn't get enough.
His body just said no.
Yeah.
Now we're done.
That happens sometimes. You got plans, and your arm or your leg or your whatever says no.
So you and Nick are pretty close. So I'm pretty sure you guys aren't going to take from me because you know Ken is winning. So I figured I should try and make that.
Yeah, 100%. I think I'm in a spot where it's going to be actually pretty difficult for me to hit, but I think there's definitely an opportunity for both Nick and I here to make a putt. Nick does.
It's a great spinner right into the center.
Yeah, the putt looks great. And now I'm trying to straddle out and find a gap.
I forgot you got pinched in this tree, but you're good for it.
Tried. Just a tickle, but not enough.
All right, so my 10-footer here to not lose a disc.
Nothing nervier than a 10-footer with a disc on the line.
Just for that, I might.
That was a great putt. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Now I've got an 8-footer with a disc on the line.
I got a lot.
Also survive.
Your bag looks so empty.
Yeah. I mean, those squatches have a lot of space, and you got nothing in the bottom, and it really looks like there's a lot of room in there.
So Ken's gonna have.
They're all putters.
Ken
Oh
didn't
no,
get
I
a
guess they're
disc,
not.
Just
They got the 2 mids now.
Just Nick off of you.
Just Nick, and I think Nick is taking from.
If you're trying to figure out what I'm going to throw here, I don't even know. So
There we go.
Yeah, if you can tell me, that would be
Maybe
handy.
I said something that affronted him.
Maybe you just intimidate him.
Yeah.
Demanding presence.
Must be it, yeah. For everybody that knows all 5 feet 7 inches and 140 pounds of me, I'm very intimidating. I actually often hear that. I try to tone it down when I'm around people just to be nice.
Right.
Yeah.
So I really like hole 13. It's 153 feet, but it is tight. And you kind of need to throw something either slightly overstable on a baby flex line, or you can go kind of hyzer flippy, but it doesn't really push the basket on the hyzer flip.
Yep.
So I think you're going Toro on a bit of an ante.
Yeah,
which
I'm
is,
trying to put some ante on it, and I just don't put quite enough.
If it was lower, I think you had it.
Yeah. But as it stands, lie in a pretty decent spot for a 3, almost impossible to take a 2. Yeah. Which is not necessarily where you want to be on a 153-foot hole.
I think all I've got is that your Praxis?
I think it is, yeah.
It's all I've got that can really make this shot, so just going to try and hyzer flip it straight down the gap and hope for the best.
Yeah, and I remember thinking as you threw it that you let it go absolutely perfectly. And I think it was like a few inches from, running the basket.
Yeah.
And actually, do you remember what happened here? Ken got some strategic advice from Wally, who has played this course before, and most of us were playing blind, that you're supposed to lay up. And Wally told him on hole 13. He was actually supposed to lay up on hole 14, but he laid this one up and then was like, oh, why I did that, Wally? What are you talking about?
I think the words were, hey, hey Ken, this is hole 13, and then
Yeah.
a wink, and I didn't get it.
And we all looked at him like, okay, that's nice. I don't know why.
So yeah, some great advice. Ooh, as he almost dropped that one in.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with the run out of the hand, but I mean, a tough make. You don't have a whole lot for your great drive either.
Yeah.
Still making it work.
Mm-hmm.
Nice putt
It
there.
was
Very
quite
nice
it was
putt.
quite open. Yeah. See, I got a
It
gap.
doesn't look very open to me.
I mean, there's one branch right in front of me. I got to miss, and that's about it. Yeah, so like it was there.
Well, I think you're being modest. I don't think that was the hardest putt we've seen, you know, in our entire lives. I think that was a tough make, though.
Oh,
and you
definitely.
deserve some credit for making
I was
it.
definitely happy for making
Yeah.
it. That was good.
100%.
Especially since I think I may have jumped in front of Ken here and then put the pressure on him.
Yep. I think Ken now had to make there for 3.
Yes, he did. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
As Nick poses for the camera.
I thought you were putting there. I was really confused.
Yeah, we both putt. We decided we were going to putt simultaneossly, so we both did.
What can I make work on this hole?
Okay, this hole. I'm looking at this hole because everyone looked at this hole and was like, "How do you throw it?" We're standing on the tee
Disc will I wanna
pad. That is your
work on
that is your
kind of-
fairway.
Yeah, this is your look off the tee. It's insane.
It's up the hill to the right. So I'm deciding what disc can I throw that will do anything.
I'm gonna try
on
putting
this.
with a dagger today.
There you go.
I don't think there's any disc that does
Rip
what we
it
need
apart
a
and
disc
kind
to
of the
do.
closest tree. We're gonna take a
got
big
one of
chunk out of it
Nick's
for
chances.
That's
Shanks.
fine. There's 20 more over there.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair.
I joked about ripping it into the first possible tree.
Yeah, so here's essentially your look off the tee, and you are going up and around a bend through like the most insane gap that I've seen. Like honestly, I don't think there's really a way to attack the pin.
No.
I don't know if any of us found a way,
I've
but
seen one person park it, and I can't even remember how they did it.
I think this is the play in retrospect. I didn't have my normal disc for a forehand roller, but
Was it a forehand roller praxis?
no.
Oh.
I think you made that praxis work pretty well, if that's what you threw. But typically for me, it'd be like a temple or a pig,
Right.
and I didn't have either of those with me.
So most people are gonna be trying to take a forehand roller. Nick kind of went faster speed and kind of whipped it at the ground, which made it push more left, and it didn't cut enough.
Yeah.
But he's in a decent spot. He's looking at the basket. It's just 100 feet up the hill.
Yeah, and here I am on the extreme left, front left of the tee pad with like less than an inch to give to
Yeah.
not be in position to throw, just trying to put something around. And I thought I let that go great, and still you see what happens. Like
Yeah.
this hole
This
is a
is-
challenge.
It's nasty. Ken, we said he wasn't going to throw the AVR X3, and here he is.
Yeah, I guess he finally decided to make use of it.
Absolutely perfect shot.
And here I am. I really have to make something happen because you're all in good positions for threes.
Right.
And I actually remember talking some trash when I was there. You guys were like,
That
"Oh,
was-
Galen, you're in trouble. You're
Yeah.
in trouble." I don't know what was said technically,
That-
but I was like, "Oh no, it's fine, guys." And in my head, I'm going, "Oh, I'm gonna mess this up so bad." And then I actually made something happen. And I was like, "Perfect."
That was a much harder shot than it looked like on camera. You had to thread the needle into the hillside and skip it properly.
Yeah, I didn't have much.
Yeah,
Every once in a while, I can make some magic
Yeah.
happen.
Nick just laying that one up, knowing that all he needs is a 3 to really not lose a disc.
Yeah, and you've got a look here to steal a disc from someone. Not an easy look, but you're the only one that can actually kind of run it. So may as well give it a vague try.
It's commenting on Nick's taco of a putter.
None of your business.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see it today, but the most taco-y of putters that I've seen is Ken's old orange magnet.
Yeah.
It is just like there are more craters in it than like on the surface of the moon, and the two sides like versus the middle, it's rough. But again, he putts with it, and he's like one of the best putters I know. I don't understand. I also don't understand why he just doesn't buy a new one. I guess I don't know. Some familiarity
got some
after all
feel,
these
yeah.
years. Yeah.
Hole 15 down the hill. So hole 14 was the one that Ken was supposed to lay up.
And
Anyways, so hole 15 is 152 feet downhill the whole way. This is about speed control, and I don't know. I'm not into speed control. Give me 400 feet, and I'll do much better than 152.
I remember us even saying this at one point through the day. I was like, this course is not made to give the best player among us any advantages, because if we were playing at a course where you could throw 4 plus, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
But 152 downhill sort of levels the playing field a little bit.
Almost catching Greg, the camera guy.
Almost.
Yeah, the so
But
close.
giving it a good run there, man. That was real close.
Yeah, I felt like that was as slow as I could have thrown that disc.
Oh,
Oh, that was so
even
close.
closer from that angle. Oh my god. One of these days we're gonna catch an ace on
Yeah, I'm
on
actually,
camera.
I'm actually really impressed with his ability to hold the camera at the basket when the disc is coming at you. There's a lot in you that just doesn't want to get in the way.
Oh, every impulse I'm sure is screaming, friggin' move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Nick drops a great drive, just short and left.
Yeah, Nick, great drive. You're throwing my my praxis better than I ever could, and I think here I come with a berg.
Crutch.
Of course. Why wouldn't you want a crutch when your legs hurt? This stage in the
True.
round, gave it a little bit of a bid, nothing crazy, but close-ish. And now Ken comes in with that X3.
It's actually a pretty good idea for speed control. Just gotta put on a bit of an ante, and it's gonna flex out for you. As it
And that
does
is
exactly that.
what Ken does.
Catches the hillside. Another 2 inches higher, he's under the basket.
Agreed.
Yeah,
And there's your reward for
Yeah.
that beautiful ace run.
Yeah, punished for an ace run, as most aces are bad shots.
I mean, you're not wrong. Ken with a really, really good run at it, just gives it his all, but just can't quite put that in.
I don't think
You saw him trying so hard to make that putt, eh?
I don't think that disc has ever been laid up before.
And then I just laid up there, took it real easy.
So Nick to get the disc.
Yeah.
And a substantial lead at
I
that
was gonna
point.
say, Nick is sitting pretty here with 10 discs.
I think we were all
And-
stunned. We were all stunned about that putt.
I think
I think
all
even
were.
especially Nick. Nick, you can see him fuming.
Yeah.
That's Nick fuming, by the way, when he just stares.
Well, no, and we like to joke, and like, you know, it's this, you know, fun little format that we do, a silly little time amongst friends, but really, you know, when there is a little bit of pressure on you in the moment, and there's a camera there, like, I don't know if this is what Nick was feeling, but I definitely struggle to make putts sometimes in these roulette rounds when it's like, oh, I gotta make this one, oh, and there's a camera right behind me, awesome.
Nick definitely giving up one there on to the cards to us, really. He could have taken the demanding lead because he has 10 discs right now. He has a choice. He can pick any disc he wants.
He can. Yeah, no, but, you know, if we look at the broader landscape, I'm sure he doesn't love it, but he does have a little bit of room to give right now. He's, with the number of discs that he has, he can afford to not make a putt.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not happy about it, but he can afford to miss that one.
So this one here, it's a little bit uphill. You got to throw over these trees, and I really think the best play is just to crash that tree just to the left of where mine just ended.
Yeah, and leave my disc well above the 2-meter rule in a tree. Is that the best thing to do, Chris?
Yeah, I was willing to abandon it, but they wouldn't let me.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
those Thought Space Worlds practices are valuable. No way.
Yeah, so I think this is the play. It's a gentle hyzer over the trees. There's no point trying to get cute, kind of go around to the
Another
left.
disc stays in the tree.
Grabby.
Yeah, no, but as I think you know, I was deliberately being difficult here. I think that actually was the best line, but I also saw a forehand, and I was like, nah, the backhand's terrible, and I was talking all sorts of trash and saying, no, you got to throw the forehand.
Yeah,
And actually almost put something nicely up there, but it is a little touchier, so...
at the 3 feet higher, you're under the basket. But
If I threw the low variance line and threw the backhand and just slightly messed up, I would have been fine. But had to try to prove a point. And Ken, yeah, giving it a nice toss there.
you don't have much.
No,
To
and
say the least.
Sumac is deceptive, but I have nothing here.
Yeah.
It is very difficult to get out. I get out by just a few feet and into some more Sumac. Not a good time.
Sumacs are great hazards for disc golf courses. They don't make it impossible, but they make it incredibly difficult.
Wow, what a make. Yeah, great hazard and a great spice too. We were cooked with sumac, but it's tasty.
Kenny was calling me on a football here.
Yeah, well, Ken doesn't know what he's talking about. It's not even my favorite Michelin. I was razzing him about that yesterday. Mentioned we were at our Thunderdome.
That was a great putt.
Thank you.
Tough angle.
Yeah, just getting that knee to bend again. Yeah, I walked in and I saw his son Alex and said, "Oh, my favorite Michelin." And he said, "Hey, could you, Dad, come over here. Galen, can you say that again?" It's always nice to see a father-son duo.
T order, I forget who was who.
It
was me.
Oh, you Kenny.
Before he's beating most of us.
And we took birdies on that.
Going back
hole,
to
and
the
you,
good old
even with
faithful.
that great putt.
All right, I
Took a
understand.
par. So
star.
I'm going to be down 3 discs and on fumes after this. Lose 1, lose 2.
What's this?
Praxis.
Ken gets the scraps.
It's overstable?
No, not this one. This one's very flippy.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Lose 3.
You got a
You're down
Pathy
to
and a
2
Berg.
full discs,
I could.
Down to your Pathy and my Berg.
Hey, man.
Neither of which is optimal for this hole.
No,
Like
you're right.
there's something there, but you know, not what I wanted.
I don't even remember this hole. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh yeah, see, this is the second to last hole. So
Yeah.
right now,
So we're all talking
yeah,
strategy
yeah.
because Nick is sitting with 11,
yeah.
and you're the only one that really has a chance to take
yeah.
a chunk out of
So
him.
I need to take 3 discs on the next 2 holes from Nick.
Well, you can only collectively take 2, but collectively
Oh, yeah.
he needs to
Yeah.
lose 3 on each hole for us to have a chance. And our
Like-
chance is via you throwing, again,
Yeah.
one of my discs better than I can, the Toro.
It's a good disc. Never thrown before now.
I hadn't before a couple of weeks ago either. I got one at the King's Forest yard sale from
okay,
our good friend Alejandro Diaz. And as you see by that park job you just threw, it flies pretty well.
Yeah, I would say so.
Great drive.
So what I need is you and Ken to step up
Yeah.
and throw a good shot. I also need
We also
I
need Nick to throw a bad shot.
which is, you know, it's hard to do, hard to ask for, but I'm gonna ask for it right now.
Well, not
Please
even
throw
a bad shot. We just need him to not birdie for you
Yes.
to have an opportunity.
As he throws a pretty decent shot. That's the line you want. I think the wind just carried it left.
Yeah, the shot is great. The outcome is so-so. We're in a spot where if both Ken and I are somehow able to park it, then you are still alive here. And Ken throws something pretty nice there. He's slightly downhill, but that's makeable.
Ken's doing the thing. I just need you to step up.
Yeah, I'm just
Put
wishing
one in the circle.
wishing that someone had left me my Toro so that I could throw it
But
here.
you got an overstable Pathfinder.
Slightly.
As you hit the tree.
Slightly. Yeah. A little
Yeah.
bit of a yank there.
Yeah, you got nothing from here. You're
Nothing.
in the thick bush.
But I mean, gave it a bit of a run from back there. As much I tried to help, man. I did all I could.
So Nick, for pretty much to keep his win, lays one up and look at it go. The glory roll.
Just not the result you want there.
It was a scary putt for him.
It is. This is a nervy putt.
I can maybe talk you guys into laying up as he makes the 3 putt.
Yeah, if he missed, for sure.
Yeah, I talk get Ken into laying up and take 3 discs from him, make it a game.
Yep. But no such luck. And we are on the verge of crowning a 2024
It can still happen.
Disc Golf Roulette champ.
It can still happen because now we get to take 2 discs from Nick if Ken wants to cooperate.
Yeah, if you work
Bringing
together
him
and you
down
take
to
2
9
away.
and me up to 7, so I can still do it on
Aren't
the
I
last
first?
hole.
That's true.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
That's
Where's
true.
that bug?
And not know you were talking about me when you were talking about crowning me
I'm just
next.
kidding. I don't know. I'm gonna
next
take
champion.
the
I was
buzz.
actually talking about Ken, but
I
that,
do need
that would
another
take something
dagger,
really
though.
special.
Take that putting putter of his, so we can't make his putts.
And that's the
Yeah,
other thing
magnet
that
putt
we
with.
didn't really touch on earlier about some of these specific scenarios is typically when there are 2 winners and 2 losers, the winners will choose from a loser each. You can both target the same person if you need to.
Yeah,
So,
when you ace it, buddy.
in this position, it wouldn't make sense to target anybody except for Nick. And we have one more opportunity where if we go birdie, 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 and he takes a par, or somehow par, 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 and he takes a bogey, where you're still alive. So here we go, hole 18. Championship of the universe still on the line. 160 feet uphill. Not too crazy of a shot. There are some branches there on the right, some bushes that make it not easy, but you know, we've had a few like this, a pretty standard hyzer.
Just going back to that go-to Toro.
Yeah, rewatching this round has really made me wish I didn't throw it into a pond on King's Forest.
Yeah, I liked everything about that, except I pulled it maybe 5 to 10 feet too far right.
Yeah.
And,
No, that looked pretty darn good. It just a little offline.
Yeah. And just did not get through the
And
tree. As
Ken is holding up his side of the bargain. He puts it right under the basket.
Ken is so good at this type of shot, just the flat to fade, dead straight shots.
Yeah,
Really
absolutely.
his bread and butter.
Puts it up there real nice.
Slow it down.
And I can remember what I had left or how I threw it here.
You still
I
had
think
your
I still had
Berg
that
and your
Berg and
Pathy.
Pathfinder, yeah. Well,
This is what matters here.
my
Nick
Bergen, your Pathy. But yeah, Nick needs to somehow mess this up.
Yeah.
Which he's not been doing much today.
No, as he throws a beautiful shot right at the basket.
And he does not this time either, and he is well in range.
A little obstructed.
Yeah, it did come up a little earlier than I'm sure he'd like.
You went Berg. Ooh, a little inside.
A little inside.
All right. So here's the thing.
Slightly favorable kick. Gives me a chance to run it, but not the easiest run I've had.
Oh, good run.
Just a little tickle off the metal, but not quite what we needed.
This is obviously the best, most optimal situation I could possibly be in.
Yeah, but again, still alive. If you somehow make this and Ken makes his and Shanks misses, and you give it the best bid you possibly could have from in there, but just the odds were not in your favor.
Nick only misses these once a round, right?
Right. Once in a lifetime, maybe.
Yeah.
We see the little celebration, well deserved for the victory.
Yeah, good on for Nick. He still gets to take a disc from either you or me.
Mm-hmm. And I figured I'd finish with the turbo, because why not?
That's impressive. That's smart. Deciding between which one of his two daggers I want to putt with.
And there I am. Sarcastically clapping for your 6-foot putt. Very rude of me, but
here I am coming out with a whole tree on me.
Yep.
Ken's been drinking that one coffee since the beginning of the round. I think it's still one.
He's been drinking that coffee since the beginning of time. I always see him with the same coffee in the same place.
Thank you.
Wood.
You can keep those
So you guys
daggers
are
now.
pilfering through
Share
my
the love.
discs.
Take the bird.
Just for the Pathy.
Just so I can
Takes my
finish with
Bergen,
one
because
disc.
it's the last hole. He gets
Does not
to
belong
keep
to
it
me.
now. You're showing off your piles. I got one left.
Here we go. First place.
Big,
Good job, Nick.
Big congrats to Nick. That's great, man. Nice to see you take home a win, even if I had to be involved as a loser.
Yeah, well, you still had a disc left, so that's something. You weren't knocked out. You didn't have to walk home early.
Honestly, that was my only goal, was to make it through all 18.
So
because we got some killers here, and I was happy to do it.
Yeah, that means Ken comes in second.
Yeah.
Frustratingly, for me, anyways.
Jerk.
That was fun. Thanks for coming along with us at Coal Creek for Canadian Disc Golf Productions. We had a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. Good hanging out with you as always, Chris. My name's Galen.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm Chris Brown.
Bye.